Potatoes, one of my favorite foods. And just like Mr. Frodo's friend Samwise, I like to boil and mash them, stick in the stew too. But they sure got a bad rap over the years, haven't they? They're one of those carbs. But are they really that unhealthy? Today, we're going to dive into one of the most misunderstood foods in the world, potatoes. Hey everyone, welcome back to Brand New Vegan. If you're new here, my name is Chuck and I show people just how easy and tasty it can be to try a whole food plant-based diet. Today we're talking all about potatoes, why they're so great, why they get a bad rep, and how you can enjoy them in a healthy way. But first, if you have type 2 diabetes or blood sugar concerns, it's important to know that potatoes can affect people differently. Now, while whole unprocessed potatoes, especially cooled after you cook them, contain resistant starch that can help with blood sugar regulation, they can still cause spikes in some people. Factors like portion size, how you cook them, and what you eat with them all play a role too. So always monitor your blood sugar levels and consult with your healthcare provider to determine how potatoes can fit into your diet. All right, so let's talk nutrition. A lot of people think potatoes are just empty carbs, but the truth is they're packed with a lot of essential nutrients, like vitamin C, which is great for your immune system. Vitamin B6 supports brain health. Potassium, even more than a banana, which helps with heart health and muscle function. And fiber, which keeps you full and helps with digestion. This is a big one. I hear so many people say they tried this plant-based diet and they quit because they were starving all the time. Well, if you're eating just salads and fruit, no wonder. Salads are great, so is fruit, but you need fiber and starches to help keep you full. And finally, if you cook them and then cool them and then cook them again, reheat them before you eat, you create what is known as a resistant starch, and that can help with your gut health and improve your blood sugar control. So if you've been told to avoid potatoes, you might just want to reconsider, especially if you eat them plain. But how could anybody eat them plain? It's not that you have to eat them without any toppings, just not the typical ones that we all grew up with. The butter, sour cream, the cheese, the bacon bits, all of that. That's what makes potatoes so fattening. So you have to think out of the box and be willing to try new things. For example, as you'll soon see, salsa makes a great low-fat topping. So does chili. How about using my vegan cheese sauce for my cookbook? Links below. With steamed broccoli. Possibilities are endless. And yeah, you can eat them plain too. You ever hear of magician Penn Jillette from the Vegas act Penn and Teller? He lost over 100 pounds on a plant-based diet, and for the first 2 weeks, he ate nothing but potatoes. No ketchup, no mustard, nothing else, just potatoes. And then there's Andrew Spud Fit Taylor. He went on an all potato diet for a whole year and he lost 117 pounds. He was under medical supervision and he documented his journey, saying it helped him overcome food addiction and reset his relationship with eating. But can you survive on just potatoes? I don't recommend it, but they do have all the essential nutrition we need, including protein. And this is the perfect segue into our last potato pioneer, Dr. John McDougall himself. He has promoted a starch-based diet for decades. In his book, The Starch Solution, it's all about how foods like potatoes and rice and beans can be the foundation of a healthy plant-based lifestyle. He loves to say the fat you eat is the fat you wear, and he argues that starchy foods like potatoes are not the enemy. It's all the added fat, oil, and processed junk that causes the weight gain and the health issues. Many of his patients have reversed chronic disease, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes, by switching to a starch-based whole food diet. And guess what? They ate a lot of potatoes. So if you've been told to avoid potatoes, just know that plenty of experts, like Dr. McDougall, believe they can actually be one of the healthiest foods you can eat. Now let's talk about a few myths you may have heard about potatoes. Myth number 1, potatoes make you fat. Nope, it's not the potato, it's how we cook them. Deep frying, drenching them in oil, covering them in butter, cheese, that's what adds all the extra calories. not the potato. Myth number 2, potatoes are just empty carbs. Actually, they're a superfood full of nutrients. As I said earlier, fiber, vitamins, minerals, even antioxidants. Myth number 3, sweet potatoes are the only healthy potato. Sweet potatoes are great, but regular potatoes have their own set of benefits. Both are good choices. Let's talk variety. Did you know there's over 4,000 varieties of potatoes worldwide? Some of the most common ones you'll see in the store are your russets, great for baking, French fries, your Yukon Golds, perfect for mashed potatoes, super creamy, and your reds, which are great for roasting and potato salad. Every type has its own texture and best use, so don't be afraid to experiment. What about the cost? This is one of my favorite parts. One of the best things about potatoes, they're cheap. A few bucks can get you enough potatoes to last you all week. Compare that to processed foods or eating out. Potatoes are one of the most affordable, filling, nutritious foods out there. Now let's talk about how to cook them without all of the extra junk. You can bake them the easiest way, just pop them in the oven, steam them or boil them, which are great for mashing or making a potato salad. Roasted potatoes are crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, no oil needed. Air fried, that's a new popular option today, healthier alternative to deep frying, especially for fries. Mashed, one of my favorites, add some plant-based milk and some seasoning, perfectly creamy mashed potatoes. And in soups and stews, they actually thicken up dishes naturally. So let me show you a quick meal that I make at least once or twice a week, sometimes more. Keep in mind both the cheese sauce and the chili sauce I'm going to use are in my cookbook. Again, links down below. I always have some in my fridge. They're both really quick and easy to make too, but you'll need a good blender. But if you want store-bought alternatives to the cheese sauce, vegan cheese has come a long way since I started in 2008. There are some good salsas you can use too. I've even seen some New Mexico red chili sauce in some certain stores. Just check the labels for fat content, sodium, that sort of thing, especially if you're sensitive. All right guys, let me show you how I make my potato dinner. And I make this at least twice a week, sometimes more. I'm going to start with a big russet. I don't have the weight. I was going to try to weigh it for you. My scales are dead. It's not quite a pound, but it's a pretty good size one. So large russet. I'm going to scrub it down here. And then I'm going to pop it directly into my little potato express bag here. You can buy these on Amazon. I think I'll have a link down below. Should have. But you just drop it in a bag, fold it over, throw this in your microwave. Okay, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That's what my potato button is. It'll take longer than that anyway. This microwave usually takes an additional couple of minutes for a potato that size. So what's special about that potato express bag, it basically just steams the potato and you fold it over so you're keeping all that steam and moisture inside the bag, and it helps cook the potato all the way through. I've been using it for a long time. I'm not sure when. One of my friends gave it to me, one of my followers. I have no idea how long I've had it. It's been a while, and we use it practically every day. You can just throw a potato in a microwave. You don't need a potato express bag, but it sure does make it handy. All right, take a look. It's going to be very hot, so be careful. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out of that or not. If you don't know if it's done, use the old fork test. No, it's still hard in the middle. So another minute or two on this guy. And we're back. So now all I'll do is just open up this potato. Yeah, we're done now. Perfect. What do we got in this? 5 minutes? 5.5 minutes? Something like that. We got our potato opened up. Now this is my way. So feel free to adjust, do your own thing here. I'm just giving you an example. I like spicy food. I'm a chili head. I lived in Albuquerque for 10 years. So I'm going to add some green chili and make a mess. Perfect. And this is, by the way, Young Guns from New Mexico, extra hot. Is it really extra hot? Not to me, but probably is to you. And then this is my cheese sauce. I'm going to try to throw a link to the recipe up in the upper right hand corner, and I'll definitely put a link down below. But if you don't like chili, you could do the cheese sauce and maybe broccoli, cauliflower. That would be good. There's a little bit more cheese. And the cheese is potatoes and carrots too. So, yeah, no fat, no oil, no dairy. Again, if you don't want to make your own, it is pretty easy. But if you don't want to, store-bought cheese, vegan cheese, there's plenty of them out there now. At this point, I like to add red chili. If you don't have red chili, and again, I have a recipe. I'll try to throw it up in the upper right-hand corner for the video link, and I'll put the blog link down below. But if you don't have red chili, you could use salsa. You could use regular Texas chili. That's what this is. Leftover chili from the other night. Soy curl chili. That would be good. This is that New Mexico red chili, and I love it so much. I'm going to put some of that on here too. Perfect. Ooh, that looks good. And a little black pepper. Ooh. The chili had a bite. And some cilantro. I'm going to hold off on the cilantro. I'm going to throw this back in the microwave for 1 more minute. And then add the cilantro. And here we go. Now I can add the cilantro. I usually pile it high. I'm one of those weird people. Along with the chili, I love cilantro. But again, this is the way I like my potatoes. I'll have this with my apple. I'll have this sometimes with side salad. I've added leftover corn and peas and carrots to it. I've added, what else? Sauerkraut and mustard. Makes a good potato topping. I have a kimchi dressing, a gochujang dressing on my blog. I'll put that link down below too. And I'll throw some real kimchi on the potato with that dressing on top. That's really good and spicy. Different ways, so many different ways to beef up your potato. This is my favorite. Hope you enjoy it, and back to the video. So are potatoes the enemy? Definitely not. They're packed with nutrition, incredibly versatile, budget friendly, and absolutely delicious no matter how they're prepared. Just remember, it's not the potato that makes them so fattening, it's what you put on them. So if you learned anything new today about potatoes, give this video a thumbs up and a like. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to eat potatoes. And if you're looking for more plant-based recipes, be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. And until next time, this is Chuck from Brand New Vegan. Thanks so much for watching.